This movie is so fun that today we realized an entire other section of the festival had embraced it because Christian and Megan texted me a photo of our production team has labeled the golf cart as their poster, and then it just says, Izzy gets the cart across town. And that's the kind of spirit that we are psyched to have and celebrate tonight. And with that, I would love to bring back the director of Izzy Gets the Fuck Across Town, Christian Papierniak. You're all going to come up.
No, this song by Mackenzie, you're coming up here first. Yeah.
Come on down!
Yeah. Mackenzie's like our fearless leader, so she gets to say first. Alright, so, okay, and then everybody else, come on up. Keith, Sheldon, Megan, come on. Andrew, come on. Razzle, come on. Belinda, Ryan, Cass, where's Alex Russell? Yeah, come on.
Yes, we would love a big swamp of people.
Get all up here, let's fucking build this. Let's go.
There will be more people than chairs.
I'm still like producing, let's go.
Oh,
hi. Yeah, sit. Alice, sit. I'm like working the room here. Go, Megan, sit.
You really are.
I can sit at this end, I guess.
Sit, yeah, you're gonna answer.
This is good, we've like bookended it.
Okay, I'll have this mic.
The best part is...
I'm too excited with that call down.
It's gonna be sweetly awkward for you guys when I throw the first few questions across you to him. So I'm gonna ask them some things, but I want you guys to already have your brain clocks working because we are gonna open it up to questions from the audience once I get to say my piece, which is, you know, the best part of it for me. Christian!
Yeah.
This is your first feature film, right?
Yes.
First feature! Come on, that's right. I would love to hear your origin story for this movie.
For this movie?
Yeah.
I just was... That's a long story. I had an idea for this character in my head for about 15 years. Like, totally just had... I just have the image of this girl, like, in a bloody tux, in the back of a taxi cab, and I was like, how could I just keep this character in this bloody tux, like, the whole movie? And never change that. And I was like, well, it's got to take place over one day. How do I do that? So it just became like this weird challenge. And that sort of, I mean, the writing process is so weird. People go like, oh, what's your writing process? It's like the dumbest question because you're like, I have no answer for that. Like, there's no process. You just like write stuff, and then this happens, and that happens, and then this starts to happen, and then it is what it is. You know, it's like, I mean, there's that, and then I thought of this title. I thought the title was cool, and then I was just thinking, thinking about riot girl culture and like, how much I love Corin Tucker, and I was like, wow, what is like Corin, and then this and that, and like I put all this stuff together, and I was just like, okay, well, this is what it is. So it just became that.
Good. So like a fever
Super
dream.
good answer.
It's great. Did everyone write that down? Because that's one for the ages.
But I think the writing process answers bullshit. You're just like, oh no,
yeah.
Like, and then I did this, and this happened.
No, I think even bigger than that.
Dartboard.
Yeah, I think even bigger than that, especially at a festival, we have so many. Either there's other filmmakers here or aspiring filmmakers. There's something about, like you said, you had this germination for years. And, you know, I bet many people in this room have something that they've been, like, tinkering with, even if it's just in their brain.
Sure, yeah.
And so how does that come to fruition? How does it go from something that you've been, like, mulling about? And, you know, I'm not going to point out that you said you've just had visions of a woman in a tux bloody for a long time. That's on you.
No, don't make it that thing. It's not like that's weird.
But how does it go from being
I just wanted like a fierce,
like,
tough, fucking female character. Like, with the blood with the tux was always a fight. I always just imagined like a fight, like a fist fight, you know? Because you never see that. It's never like, women characters in movies are never allowed to be like fighting, you know, but like in an obnoxious, fun party way. You know, it's always like Will Ferrell or something. He's like tripping over something and hits his head, and then he fights with this guy, and it's funny. You know, but it's like, I mean, not against Will Ferrell, it's fine, but...
the blood on the tux.
Yeah.
Where's it from?
What do you mean? Oh, well, she got in a fight the night before.
Okay.
Yeah. So, that's backstory. Alex Russell.
That was good. That was a good little subtle backstory to
I think Mackenzie Davis can take that answer. She knows her backstory.
And did you... I loved that it's a female-centric thing, because a lot of first-time filmmakers, it's the part of it, you know, people are told, write what you know and do what you know, but it's very cool to me that you were like, oh, what I'm interested beyond what I just know is this raucous, kick-ass woman who is like super flawed and super frenetic, but so believable and so compelling. And I greatly appreciated that from a director. And I'm always interested in people's first endeavors too, of what they want to take on. Was there ever a point when you were like, maybe it's a dude in a bloody tux, or were you like, no, it's this woman?
No, it was always a female character. It was, there's no real reason for it. I mean, there's parts of this that are like based on like my life in some ways, you know, like everybody in the movie, it's like obviously a little hyped reality, but everything in the movie is like some version of somebody that I know or have met like in my life. And there was like, all I wanted to do was tell this really simple, universal thing, which is, I feel like it fucking sucks when you like are dating somebody, and even if you're not like in love with them forever, you get super competitive, and you're just like, it happened to me 3 times when I was really young, where like I was dating somebody that we broke up, and then like a really good friend of mine started dating him, and it fucking hurts, and it sucks, and it was something that I always found was like so universal, because I would talk to people about it, they'd always be like, yeah, that happened to me. And this isn't an issues movie or whatever, it's just like a really small like human truth about just like how shitty we are to each other, like in these ways. And Izzy just has to go through that, and she reaffirms like her belief in herself, you know, and that's all it is. You know, it's a simple thing, and to me it's not like a feminist thing or whatever, it's just like a movie, you know, it's a female lead character, who cares, why do we have to put like a thing on it?
Yeah.
You should ask all these questions, Mackenzie, by the way.
These are great.
I'm gonna stop hyping me up.
Well, then this one will go into that. One of the things I really dug too was a lot of lower budget indie films. One of the things they do is like, well, we can afford to have 4 cast members, and so we're gonna do this thing. And this was like, nah, we're gonna like spread this out. And then to me, the casting style was just full Muppets. Like every person you ran into, I was like, oh, I love that dude! And like people that were recognizable in interesting ways. Was that something that like, did that come out of the energy of once production was going, or were you always kind of like, no, I want to build like actual characters rather than do this sparse indie?
We talked about the Muppets, right? Wasn't that our inspiration?
Yes!
Yeah. No, I'll give Meghan that one.
Go. Yeah. You got to.
Hello. Well, I mean, we had a wonderful casting director, Lauren Bass, who's here tonight. But I think it was a thing where the characters were all so interesting in the writing to begin with, and it was like, how can we fill this out? And we lucked out. It takes my breath away to the point that someone hands me a microphone and I can't speak into it, because look at all of the people that are here in this film that were just like, this is a fun fucking script, and this is a kick-ass movie, and this is a fun role, and I can show up for one day and do something really fun and work with Mackenzie Davis, who's such a pleasure and so fun to work with, and actually have it make an impact. You know what I mean? Like even the smallest parts, it's not a pizza delivery boy saying here's your pizza. It's like Kyle Kinane, who I think is here, maybe in the bathroom, you know, pops in, and it's just this like wild animal of a person, and pops back out, but you don't forget him, you know. And I think we had talked about this from the beginning, like, you know, I used to work in casting, I come from that world, like who are the interesting people that we've seen, that we've caught glimpses of, that are so talented, that might like us enough to do this. And it blew our minds that like these people were all like, we'll do it, because these are all actors that we were aware of, that we respected, even if we'd seen them in something huge, or if we'd seen them in something minor, or if I'd seen an audition tape that they'd done working in casting, that, you know, it was like, these people have something, and we're just so fortunate because they're all incredible. You know, it was not accidental that these people are here.
Yes.
We plucked you, we drew
I mean, Ryan Simpkins has one line, and she's happy enough to be here with us. Like, how great is that? Like, she's so on her own, you know, it's like she's here, and she's like, she's amazing. And everything she does.
Can I just add one thing too? I think Chris had the insight to know that if he did the film in LA and we scheduled it in a way that would let the talent work in really small chunks of time, we would attract a much larger, greater pool of excellent, skilled talent. And so, you know, I think you were talking before about folks that maybe haven't made a movie before and something to think about, and I think that was a really good and important thing that Chris did that other people should consider when they're writing.
Ooh, you made that a teachable moment. I appreciate that.
Well, and to be honest, I'm gonna embarrass Mackenzie again though, but she's a tenacious producer. Like,
yes.
That's not just like a thing where it's like, oh, she has producer credit. Mackenzie's an amazing partner as a producer. That's not just like her name up there is like a producer credit. She's a fucking asset.
Well, what
like,
I would
our
love,
top asset.
she
emails people, she fucking calls them, she knocks on the door, she texts them, she's like, you're gonna be in this fucking movie. And
He's
like,
gonna get you
oh, okay,
another
cool.
job as a producer, like in a hot. So I would love if we did a pass the mic, because I would love to hear from you guys about how, like, what you responded to, what you were like. Did you read it and like it was a unique opportunity for you, or was it just, oh yeah, I had the time free?
Well, I had a previous relationship with Chris. We worked on the project together for quite a while. So we knew each other and we definitely built a bond. And I said, oh yeah, okay, so it was NBA 2K15. He's the director of that. He's directed multiple versions of that game. I was my player, the main character in that. And so we had a lot of time together on set. And so we came with this offer and it showed me in a different light than I guess I've been seeing in a little bit. And then he told me that I was going to be able to go toe to toe with Mackenzie, so that got me hyped. And then they started rolling out this cast list, and I'm like, hold on, like, how do you have all these people? And it's like, yeah, and I was just tripping, and I was like, all right, cool, then I'm rolling, I'm with y'all.
Yeah, for me it was just, sounds cool, let's do it. I mean, I didn't really, I hadn't done anything like this yet, so I was like, let's do this shit. Now, like, Mackenzie too, so like, let's roll. And I really like this dude, like, when I met him, I was like, he's fucking funny, so yeah.
That does count for something. I mean, it's a leap of faith for you to be like, yes, you have my time. It's the thing from Lord of the Rings, right? Like, you have my sword. I might have went too dorky with that one, but, you know, I know some people in this room know what I'm talking about. But, that idea, like, you are like, yes, I mean, there's something in the script here, and if you don't know someone before, and you're like, meeting them, you're like, are they gonna do right by me? Yeah. And yeah, it's a good skill to have as a director.
Well, Mackenzie can talk about this, maybe Alex too. Like, we met everybody before. We met everybody like the week before we started shooting. We met everybody individually to be like, hey, let's like talk to him, whatever. It was like we tried to create like a.
You showed a little leg.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mackenzie.
Alex, talk.
Oh.
Yeah. Alex, go ahead, talk.
So.
No, say it like, you know.
I think these guys covered it, but I would just say, I mean, the team obviously was very exciting. I read the script. You guys all know this now. It's very funny. It's very entertaining. But there's something that I really, really like about the story that you can pull away from it outside of just how kind of entertaining it is, and you know how many laughs I got out of the first time I read it. And this is something that I've experienced in my life, is the notion of like making, you know, sort of determining all of your personal happiness on these external things, whether it's the person that broke up with you and broke your heart, or whether it's that promotion that you're hoping for, or whether it's the validation you get from that girl at the bar that you want to look at you or something, whatever it is. And, you know, Izzy's sort of like a perfect case for that. And so I don't know, I thought that was interesting to me, as well as it being really funny, and like you said, the cast list is kind of insane, so I was like, alright.
I don't know if you guys know this, Mackenzie Davis is in this movie. Did you guys know this? And now she has a microphone. I'm back. Hey, star and producer. I would love to hear how you got roped into this and then became Izzy and then apparently did all of the phone calling.
I directed the movie. I got sent the script and was so happy to have read it, and yeah, it was just kind of, you know, it reads so funny, and it was such a I don't know, it came very alive as soon as I read it, and I don't know, have a preoccupation with characters that get everything they want and then are very disappointed by it as soon as they achieve it and then have to find a new thing to want. Yeah, it just turned me on, and then I started talking to Chris and Meghan, and they said I could produce it with them, and they were so fun and easygoing, and just putting the whole thing together was so exciting, and it was such a reaffirming process to ask all these people that I thought were like unimaginably dope, and then them give their time to this, and you were like, oh, there are actors who like just like to act, and it's not a chess game, but they just like want to do a day because it's really fucking fun to act. And that was, yeah, so that's the story.
It's a good story.
I thought it was really wrapped up.
Were you pretty, like, one of the things Chris mentioned is the Riot Girl element. Were you like already versed in that world or that like breed of woman or that background? Because like, and you mentioned Corin Tucker too, like the soundtrack in this is just stupid. Like, I was like, ooh, how do I, hands on it, greedy. And it stands out, like it's rare. I mean, like not a lot of indies, music costs money, and it's not the thing that people are thinking of when you're trying to make days, and it's a thing that stands out. Was either the music, did you already know about like that world of music, like when you were thinking about it, or did you get involved in that at all?
I mean, you know, the sort of Riot Girl aspect about the character is essential to the character, and so it comes out through the script, but the sort of, the origin story was something that Chris and Meghan talked to me more about, but I don't think was like a thing that I picked up on the page, and then I, you know, read Carrie Brownstein's autobiography, so I think that was enough work.
That counts. Yeah, that's good.
But no, I mean, I think it was more just the like ethos and the energy of her that turned me on, and it's the same ethos and energy that is in Riot Girl culture, but I wasn't like, this thing is this thing, so I need to know about this thing. I mean, she was so evocative from the get-go that I felt her.
And I think that comes through. I mean, she seems very like, it's a full character, like, which you need because it's her, it's Izzy. Like, you are with this girl the whole time. I have one more question, and I don't know if it's more you or Chris, but I'm wondering about the ending. Had you ever given any, was it always for you that the realization for this woman, like, was that her, you're like, see you in hell, Mike, that the end of this journey was not going to be like getting what she wanted, but a whole new revelation?
I want to say two things. One, Mackenzie's absolutely right, like the Riot culture thing, which is like, it was never like a conversation we had. Like, I didn't want her to ever like be thinking that.
Sure.
It was, to me, it's always like a subtext that just existed within like the writing and the sort of like, the sort of backdrop of it. You know, it's like, Axeman is the main song in the movie. It's like, that's Corin's song. It was really important to me to get a song that was authentic to Riot Girl culture. Now, you know, Corin Tucker's a fucking icon and an idol of mine, and it's amazing that she like emails us back and like writes us really nice letters. And she like saw the song thing with Carrie and Mackenzie and was like, this is fucking great, whatever, and I almost like cried. I was like, this is amazing. But that was never for Mackenzie. It's like, she should never, and she's right to be like, I don't want to think about that. I'm just thinking about this character and this thing. What was your other question? The ending. Okay, so Keith knows this. Keith is originally in the ending. Yeah, forgot about that. But there was like, originally, the ending was always what it was. It was always she leaves this sort of thing. Like, she always just leaves Roger. But there was a third thing going on. Like, Keith's in the original ending where it's like, okay, so he meets her like in line. They like end up like, and she's in the candy line like at the theater, and they like talk a little bit. And it's like little short conversations about like, it's like, have this like little side thing. And he like leaves and he's like, hey, I'm going to a party, you know, text me or whatever you want to go. It's not like you don't hit it too hard, it's not like a date thing, but like he kind of goes out a back door, she sees him, she sees Roger, and then she sees the door and she's like, I'm going for the fucking door. Like, but it just complicated it. Like, it felt too much of like, there was too much going on, whereas it just needed to feel like she just makes this choice and that's it. You know, like adding the second choice felt too much like, well, it's a choice between guys, and is that overwhelming? Is that a thing? It's more like, it's so focused to Roger because he's so much a big part of like the story and just the thematic idea of the story. So when it was like over, it's like, okay, great. It just had to stay contained to those two. It just complicates it. It just didn't quite work.
Thanks for explaining to me why you cut my
Yeah. By the way, you were great. It was
It was a
And if you were like not a really big actor, like maybe you could use it for your reel and it would like super help you out. But like you're doing okay, you're fine. Yeah,
I hear a sweet DVD extra in your future.
Stuff, so,
yeah.
I think you're good.
Now do we have questions from the audience? Time for a few. Hey, camera guy.
Hey, I really enjoyed the editing of the film. I mean, all the performances were great too. But talk about the split screen and saturation.
That just came through, it's just the process. I mean, it was never necessarily something I thought of in the beginning. I think that just came like in the editing process. Part of it is the born necessity of we didn't have the infrastructure to like do really interesting outdoorsy biking shots, or scootering shots. It's not, we don't have like a crane or like a camera truck or any of that kind of stuff. So we had to like kind of make it up. Like we just stole all those biking shots like in between setups of other scenes. We were like, Mackenzie, go out there, grab that bike, let's go. We would just like shoot shit everywhere and just like try to figure it out. And like, there was no, so it doesn't look as good as like bigger movie stuff does. So we had to do some things, I think, to make it seem a little bit more energetic because there just isn't we just don't have the cranes or any of that kind of stuff. So you have to kind of trick it a little bit.
Smoke some mirrors.
Yeah.
Right here?
You and
Oh.
Alex spent a lot of time talking about the
Yeah, where's Alex?
What are you doing?
Yeah, why are you up there? Why are you there, not here?
Don't call me.
Oh. I told you before, you're supposed to come down.
We spoke about it last night.
That's all right.
Yeah, we worked a lot of the saturation with light iron and like those parts.
Break and stuff.
There's our DP.
Yeah. Great job.
Right here?
Speaking of DPs, you gave a shout out to Haskell, and I really appreciated that.
Yeah.
Can you talk about your connection with Haskell?
He's a dear old family friend, and I've known him my whole life, and he's my primary influence as a artist and as I wouldn't say he's human being, but like as a filmmaker, he's definitely like my primary guiding light. I mean, all these things that Haskell used to teach me, I always have in my mind. I get emotional talking about it, but I always think about. He would always say, shoot from the inside out. Don't shoot everything's always shot from the outside in. You have master shot and then this and then this. It's like film is a subjective thing. You're making choices. Shoot from the inside out. There's a lot of that in here. A lot of his kind of movie making's in here where it's like stuff holds on Mackenzie for a really long time, and I don't cut away from it because it's like that's that kind of school of thought filmmaking. George Lucas did a lot of that kind of stuff too, like American Graffiti. It's like something they always kind of talk about and all that. So it's just a very meaningful person to me. Yeah, I was able to sit down with him and have dinner, and we'd hang out, and it was nice.
All right, right here, Emily.
Was it scripted that Meghan was going to be super pregnant?
No, it was a great surprise.
No. No, I don't know how to answer that.
You wrote the script.
Yeah, we just wrote the script, and then Meghan was pregnant, and we're just like, yeah, okay, so she can, and the character's pregnant. It just added an extra layer to it, and was like, we didn't want to, we talked a lot about it, like, we didn't want to, us as a producing team, like, we were just like, well, let's, Meghan is an actress making a choice, just like, I really want to show the belly. That's like, it's something you don't really see, and when you do, it's a fake belly, so it's like, it wasn't, it's a real thing.
There was a baby in there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a real baby. I mean, he's born now. Yeah, he's a baby. Yeah, he's alive.
He's on the outside now.
Sounded terrible.
All right, we have time for one more. In the back.
How difficult was it for you to get the green light on the title?
Since we are the producers, we pretty much just, we said, okay, so that's what we're going to do, yeah. It's just us, so we're like, all right, well, this is, I mean, you get a little blowback here and there, and people just say, well, you're never going to hold on to that, but we said, why the fuck not? Are we not? Why aren't we going to hold on to it? So we just did. And it's really worked out, because you guys probably got the same thing in the press thing, like, everybody asks you that question about the title. It's like, that's got to be good. It gets people talking. Right? And it gets you to read the script, right, Alex Russell?
Yeah.
That's how you reel them in. That's what you want a title to do.
That's right.
And also, that's exactly what she's doing.
Yeah.
She is getting the fuck across.
Super literal.
Yeah.
Yes. I want to thank you all so much for being here. And I want to thank all of you for being here, for letting me show your film. I love it. I'm so excited for where it's going. Please remember to turn in your ballots on the way out. and have the best night. Thank you guys.
We'll take a 5 out of 5. That's cool.